Good old craft paper. See, when I get done, I can just fold that up very carefully, kind of brush it all up, fold it up, and throw it away. I like craft paper. If I got my, if I had a cloth, drop cloth, then I'd have to brush that all off, and next time I needed it, it'd be all dusty. If I'm covering furniture, now I got dust on my furniture. This way I can just take that and throw it away. Alright, I know I've hounded you enough about craft paper. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, it comes in a roll like that. And then you just unroll whatever you need, set it down, tape it up against the wall, and throw it away. And I got plenty. Look at this. I got all kinds, for all kinds of jobs. So one roll will do you for a long time. Now see, that's why I had to get a cord, the DVD cord, a 12-foot long one, because I'm barely going to have enough room to set this up on top of a dresser and plug it in on the back side. Okay, then I let the rest of it drape down behind the dresser. Okay, because most of the ones that come with TVs are maybe only 4 or 5 feet long, maybe 6 feet at a pinch. So when I get up here, before I put the plate up here, I'm going to have to put a plate just like I did down at the bottom. Got to make sure I have enough, because see, it doesn't look like I have very much here, huh? I'm not going to have the TV pushed over that far up against the wall. You see this? I just had it kind of pooched out of the way, because ultimately it's going to come back over this way and it's going to live about like that, you know? But wherever they push it, I need to make sure I have this cord long enough. The funny thing is, on this TV, is the cord for the DVD is way over at that end. I wish it was over on this end, but it's not. So I got to make sure I got this routed over properly. And see, right now these cords aren't long enough, are they? They're just not going to be long enough, but I know I'm not going to have the TV exactly like that. If somebody does that by mistake, they could rip this right out of the TV or something. So I may want to pull this up a little bit. I don't want to pull it up very far, because I want to make sure I have enough down below. Remember? So I got to watch that carefully and make sure I have enough, because if they have a low dresser here, fine. If they have a higher dresser, remember this dresser over here? I got the light on it right now, but that one's higher than a normal one. So if they leave that there and push it over here, I got to make sure that that DVD cable is tall enough to get up there. And I think it is. It goes straight up. The cabinet is about yay high, so I should have plenty, depending where they have that cabinet. I just have to kind of be careful with that. And worst case scenario, after I get the plate on there, before I caulk it, I'll push this around and make sure that I've got enough room. Okay, put that plate up there for me. Alright, I better show you a little tip. Remember, I drilled this hole out with this rasp, and it started working pretty good. I thought, you know, I'm just going to take a drill bit, see if I can use a drill bit like this, and use the edge of it to cut out the plastic. I use this size here. It's, I don't know what it is, maybe 11/64. I thought it was taking too long, so I thought, I'll just take a bigger bit like this. That'll cut right through that, huh? In fact, this one was worse, because the teeth, the side edges were too big. and it was chattering and stuff, and believe it or not, I used a real small bit, and this small bit just ate up that way better than anything else. So I did a rough cut with this and kept cutting it. Then I went back to my rasp on the drill. You know, I had to put this in the drill, and I took the rasp and cleaned off the edge. So maybe that will help you with your project. Now, at the store they had one with the bigger hole, but it was way bigger than that. And then I'd have to caulk more. So I didn't know how big I was going to need that hole. That's why I decided to do it myself. Here's something else you could do, and I've seen somebody do it like this, but it's kind of cheesy. You know, they had the hole here, and they only had to ream it out a little bit to get this cord through. And then they took this cord, instead of drilling the hole out bigger, they undid the screw here, and then folded this underneath here so that this was in the box, and then it kind of pooched out the bottom. Then your cover plate's sticking out. You could caulk that around there and all that, but that looks kind of funky. You know, it is possible though. I've seen people do it that way. Now here's something else. If you got a cover like this with just the thread sticking out, and you're putting a DVD cable into this same box, you could have the thread sticking out in the middle of this cover, and then you could loosen the bottom up and have this pooched out at the bottom and coming out. You could, you know, you could do it that way too, because you wouldn't have enough room doing it any other way with this threads in there. You know what I mean? So there's different ways you can do it. There's no right or wrong way. There's probably 3 different ways you can do that. So I'm just kind of explaining it. And does it really matter? No, because all this is going to be hidden from view. If this was going to be left, and if there was not going to be any dresser here, I would not leave it like this. I would have to think of some other way to do it. You know what I mean? But because most of the time you can have a dresser here, because you got the TV up above the dresser, you don't have to worry about it.